Cranks your noose like an old man. He's got you thinking about your death and you are frightened.
Hi guys, to everyone, I'm Ada from PoisonedRock, and today we have the honor to have with us Petri from Ensiferum. Thank you for being with us, Petri.
Good evening.
So I want to go straight with the first questions because many people, of course, know Ensiferum, but there are, the young child, the teenager, they know the band. If you have just to speak shortly about Ensiferum, and of course introducing the actual member of the band.
Ooh, that's a good one. We are Ensiferum. We play folk metal from Finland, and we've been up and running for 25 years now, and still doing good. And our music is awesome, of course. And I'm doing the growling vocals and guitars, and we have other guitar player Markus Toivonen and bassist Sami Inka, and keyboard clean vocalist Pekka Montin, and drummer Janne Parviainen in the band.
Okay, for me it will be unpronounceable as a name.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, that's fine. So how comes the idea of choosing the name Ensiferum?
Well, that is actually a pretty funny story because the guys back in, I think like 95, 96 when they started the band, they had no idea what to call the band at first. They picked up a Latin dictionary, opened it on a random page and pointed a finger.
It was Ensiferum.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. That is the story what I have heard. I wasn't there, so I can't really say, but
yeah,
that's the story what I have.
Because if I'm not wrong, you joined the band in 2004.
Yeah, 2004.
So, what changed in the sound after you joined the band? There is some changing in the sound, writing, and of course composing, because you're the vocalist. Something should be changed, I think.
Well, of course, there was the total lineup change between 2004 and 5 in the band. So yeah, the whole thing basically changed at that point. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. You would need to compare the two first albums for the stuff that came after, but it's always a little bit tricky to be saying what changed in the band.
Yeah, because there were several changes of lineup that brought, of course, like new musical influences also. We did several changes because every people has different influences, so it could bring some changes. I know it too.
Yeah. Well, I think the songwriting method went a lot more democratic as it was before. What I have heard on Ensiferum's history books, the guys were pretty stubborn back in the days, but nowadays we sit down all together and write the songs at the rehearsal place. Everybody being involved and giving their input on this.
Speaking about the songwriting, which is the inspiration? What do you basically speak in the song? There is a main topic, or just go through what came from your personal life?
Well, all the lyrics is pretty much the responsibility of our bass player Sami Inka. He's been writing those ones pretty much since the lineup change happened, and so that would be more like pointed to him because he never opens up the lyrics even to the band guys. He wants the listeners to have their own version of
Sure.
how they interpret
Sure.
all the lyrics, so they can relate on their own way in that one.
Yes, sure. And I mean, you joined the band with the second album, and which is the difference? I mean, of course, in your opinion, because you weren't in the first, the difference between the first and the second.
Actually, I joined after the second album.
After the second album.
Yeah, there was the Ensiferum album out, and then came Iron, and after that,
Iron.
yeah. So, yeah. Can you repeat the question?
That what is it changing? I mean, in the sound of the album, what is changed between the album that were released before you joined the band?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you could time. You could take time to think about that.
Yeah. Kind of like, well, we didn't want to change that much, but it's always been like a very natural evolution towards the next album. Every time we try to not to be repeating ourselves, you know, we want to take a step forward, you know, and well, we feel in the music that there is no limits in it what we want to put in our music, you know. So we want to try out and check out all the crazy stuff, even no matter how weird or insane they feel like. They usually they even work a little bit, but the best one, the craziest ones always stays.
So, and if you have to, you know, this is more like a reviewing the album. If you have to check like a journey, I mean, we can say not the evolution, not the album, but evolution of the band. How you will describe it since you joined in all these years? How the band has been evolved in songwriting and composing, for sure.
Well, the writing method has stayed pretty much the same throughout the years. Main guy is Markus Toivonen. He's writing, let's say, 95% of all the material. So he's very much responsible for that one. But I don't know. Well, we've been kind of like growing older, but we don't want to grow up, you know. So maybe have a little bit of self-control in the music more, and knowing what we really want to do. That one has changed.
Keeping like your sound not the same, but just having the control of your sound.
Yeah, that one very much, yes.
Yes, and there is an album that we can say that incorporate really perfectly the sound of Ensiferum. Album or a song could be also.
Is there an album?
Yes. Or a song?
Yeah. Well, I would definitely put the Victory Songs album and also From Afar on the top of that one, among the new one, the classic. These ones are most likely the strongest ones where I have been involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now speak just a little bit the influences. So Antipherum are of course one of the most, we can say, huge band in Europe about folk metal, maybe the huge one. So which is the influences of Antipherum, which they came from? Because as folk metal could be, you know, several types of different type of metal and not metal music.
The reason why Ensiferum exists is we could blame two bands for that one. The other one is Amorphis, and the other one Dark Tranquility.
Yeah.
So we go back to the 90s albums from these bands. And Ensiferum, the guys, when they formed it up, they wanted to have a very melodic, basically a death metal band.
Yes.
And at some point they figured out that we want to also include folk melodies.
And how?
Folk melodies and instruments into their music.
And which is this is a question that I'm particularly interested. Which music of folk instrument you used?
We don't actually play that many folk instruments ourselves, to be honest. a little bit difficult to master. So we always order in a professional person to play those ones. So
Oh, so yeah.
yeah, so we've been having a lot of guest musicians playing
Oh, that's great.
all the violins and flutes and kantele also. I have no idea what that one is called in English,
Yeah.
but anyway, the that one and also Marcus is playing a little bit of bouzouki.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of other string instruments what he has at home too, and he's been playing around with those ones.
Yeah. And just now speaking about your personal musical influences, because now we will focus a little bit on you. But
All right.
so your musical influences that from which are from the
The reason why I'm sitting over here talking with you then is Slayer and Megadeth. Those are the ones that started this heavy metal thing for me. So I'm a little bit out of the kind of like the folk music
yeah.
circle. I'm more of the trash, speed, death metal type
Okay,
of,
perfect.
yeah. And also
Right.
King Diamond has been always a long time favorite of mine.
Sure. And you've been like touring a lot in all these years. There is some moment in particular, it could be funny moment, or I don't know, just pick a moment that remains in your mind that you remember mostly about touring, or even rehearsal, being with a band.
Well, usually those are the moments when something breaks on tour. For example, a
Yes.
tour bus for that has happened.
Really?
Yeah, that has happened a couple of times. Also, like a trailer breaking down. That happened in
Oh,
Europe some years ago. Well, actually, quite many years ago. It was early morning. I think like 6 a.m. or 7, something like that. We were on the highway, and the trailer,
yeah.
something happened with the trailer. We couldn't travel, so we had to
Oh
get
my God.
out because when you stop at a highway, the whole
Um,
bus needs to be emptied to the
yes,
other
sure.
side of the fence, so you cannot stay inside. So we stayed there for was it like an hour or two, drinking coffee, having some beers, the meadow
At
at
least you had beers.
early morning. Yeah, then they got a tow truck for the trailer, so we could continue travel then.
And now, just like if we can say which is the genre of Antipherum, it will be like folk metal, just that, or we can add some other type. I mean, if you have to define the genre of Antipherum.
Well, I don't think Ensiferum can be put in just one box. In a
Yeah,
way.
for that,
It's
yes.
kind of hard since we do have songs from all sides. We have ballads, then we have extremely fast songs also. Then we have very folkish songs. Then we have maybe a little bit of pop in it also, like that's that type of stuff. So I don't know what to call Ensiferum except you know
Like
we yeah
a
we've been
journey,
yeah
a
yeah we also
journey,
have yeah we got also like power metal influences also in it since
Oh,
we are power metal fans also. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say what we are. We're a heavy metal band with a lot of different influences in it.
This is the best way to explain it.
Yeah, I don't. I think
This is
that
the best way to explain it.
yeah.
And also, of course, speaking about yourself, from your childhood until today, if you have to pick 5 albums or artists or I don't know songs that formed you as human being, and then musician, of course. But before being a musician, you were you were just listening music, I think. So your top 5 could be anything, even from pop to I don't know, brutal, whatever.
Well, I do have a sister. She's 10 years older than me, so I was growing up with Michael Jackson and Madonna's music. So those are forever stuck in my brain. So we will go with Michael Jackson's "Bad"
Yeah.
and Madonna's "Like a Prayer." I think that's a good track from her.
She is the most iconic of pop. I mean, the queen of pop. So
Yeah, yeah. So we could go with those ones, and then we can pick any older Slayer, Megadeth, King Diamond song.
okay. So,
So yeah, I'll be fine with these ones.
so you're more for Bay Area or thrash, autotonical thrash metal? This is the things that you prefer the thrash metal for Germany or thrash metal from Bay Area?
um, I do like the ones from Germany too. Creator
Okay.
is one favorite of mine, and then of course the Bay Area stuff comes very close to my heart.
That's amazing. And if you have like this is a questions that mean you are now like a festival organizer, okay? So you can just pick a country where you want to organize a festival and pick some bands. A lineup could be even 2 bands. You don't have to put 10,000 bands. How it will be?
Ooh, oh, that's a bad one. Tough one.
You can you,
Um,
you can choose any band. I mean,
yeah.
you are the organizer, so
Huh. Well, I think it would be more a little bit from side to side, not just a heavy metal festival. Since we're gonna go with my favorites.
yeah, of course.
um,
Sorry.
and in what country I would pull it in. I think I would do it in Finland, so I don't have to travel anywhere. Yeah. So, um, I would pick. Well, Cannibal Corpse is first.
Okay.
They're my new love. I know the band already from time, like many years, but lately, Cannibal Corpse really kicks my ass. And then we can take like Testament and Death Angel, of course,
Huge
in
bands
it,
as well.
and but we could also put it on a little bit on the softer side too. Mm, what the fuck no. Well, I would take a couple of more bands, but ooh, there is too many bands. Oh yeah, King Diamond, absolutely. He would be headlining on that one.
And in
Yeah.
Faroe, you will put that too, or just you will just prefer enjoy the festival and not playing.
Well, it's easier to enjoy all the bands when you don't have to work in between.
Yeah, I know for sure.
Yeah,
Believe me, I
yeah.
know it.
And otherwise, there would be some band that I would really like to see, and we're gonna play at the same time. That, that happened to us in Hellfest. Was it last year, 2 years ago, when Iron Maiden was playing?
You play it, and it was
Yeah,
like
we
first.
played at the same time.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah, yeah.
see anything from Iron Maiden. I heard about 45 minutes. I was listening from the
Yeah.
backstage area. Yeah.
This happened with me because I was a photographer at Summer Breeze, and I have to like jump from the tree stage, and I lost Megadeth, a lot of band because I have to run. You run, lost walls, but lost all the headliners because it
Yeah.
was so. Yeah, I can understand in certain point.
Yeah.
So now just like it's like the last questions we can say the future and actually plans of Antipherum.
Right now, I would like to share a lot of touring plans and stuff like that, but we have nothing. you know, we have 2 shows in Helsinki in December.
Okay.
Yeah, those are now limited to 300
Okay.
tickets per show, so we're gonna do 2. We'll see within this upcoming couple of months is things gonna change. I hope they do, but otherwise I cannot say anything. Just hoping that this COVID situation goes away faster than anybody hopes
Don't
for.
tell to me. I'm in
Yeah.
Italy. We were the first, one of the worst country hit by COVID. So
Yes.
I know very well.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's getting back to you again. That's terrible.
Yeah.
So speaking about positive things, just Petri, would you leave a message to Antipherum fans and everyone who will watch this video for sure?
Yeah, of course. Everybody stay safe. Uh, take care of yourself, your friends, your family, loved ones, everybody, and keep the spirits high. This will go past, like it always does. All the shit comes to an end at some point, and then we get back on the road and kick some ass on stages, which we are really, really, really fucking looking forward right now.
Me too. I can wait.
Yeah.
I can wait.
Yeah.
Because I saw that you played in Summer Breeze some years ago, and I wasn't still there. I was what the fuck. So I hope to see you one of the next gigs in Europe. And who knows? Maybe I will fly to Helsinki because we are planning a tour with an American singer. So we will be like just moving around all the Europe and northern countries. So who knows?
Okay. Yeah. Welcome.
So it was really a pleasure, and thank you for the interview. And I wish you good week, good weekend, whatever, and just hope to see new material on Ensiferum soon. So
Yeah.
take care, and thank you so much, Petri. Bye.